really put that much time into it, but I have been playing a lot of Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, which is a really awesome game. I actually got like a press release for it like a few months ago because I work with the publishers FDG Entertainment a couple of times actually, because they published Oceanhorn on the Switch, which I reviewed, and Blossom Tales on the Switch, which I reviewed like really back in when I started Switch Indie Fix. And the game then looked really interesting because, like as usual, it had like really nice art, which always attracts me to games. So if you don't know what it is, it's basically it's like a 2D side-scrolling platformer with like Metroidvania elements. You play as Jin, a young blue-haired hero, whom along with the rest of the kingdom is turned into an animal by his crazy magician uncle. Jin is unfortunately turned into a one-eyed pig. In an attempt to turn everyone in the kingdom back into humans, Jin goes on a quest to find 5 magical orbs that can undo his uncle's spells. The orbs are scattered across the monster kingdom's beautiful worlds, and to find them, Jin will have to wrestle them from huge bosses that protect them. After beating the boss and claiming the orb, Jin then gets the power of the animal, so whatever animal that boss is. Like, so far I've faced a snake, a frog, and a dragon. So, so you basically then get the power of that boss, which basically creates like the Metroidvania element. So each animal or each monster has a special move that it can use, and those moves basically unlock the parts of the map that you weren't able to get to before. So like I said, you start off with a pig. The pig has like a smell ability where there's like clouds of scent in the air he can smell, and then he'll find like secrets. So like it might be a chest or a platform that lets you jump up onto another platform. Then the snake, because it's a snake, it can like stick to walls, or certain walls, like ones that are covered in moss, which means you can then jump up and go up like the side of a wall into a new area. And it's also small, so it means it can fit through cracks in walls, so it lets you open up new areas. And then the last one, the latest one I've unlocked was the frog. I just unlocked a dragon. I haven't played with it yet. I think it was a dragon. Anyway, the frog has like a tongue that you can use as like almost like a grappling hook to swing from ledges and to jump up higher. So yeah, it's really cool. The platforming style is very like old school. Like it's based on some of the, I think it was called the Wonder Boy series. But for whatever reason, like Wonder Boy came out, I think it was one of the first games on the Switch to be released. Wonder Boy and the Dragon's Trap, which I haven't played yet. But Monster Boys is based off that. And it's very old school. Like so far what I've experienced is that the platforms are mostly like puzzles. So it's a lot of like logical, trial and error. Throw yourself at the puzzle, see what happens. Okay, that didn't work, I died. What I really like is that like the developers Game Atelier, they've modernized it enough to ensure that there are plenty of checkpoints before difficult platforming sections and bosses. So if you die, it's not too big of a problem. You can just go back to the section before and you start again and fight the boss, which I really like. I've heard though at the end it does get like very like almost pixel perfect platforming, so I'm not really looking forward to that because I'm not very good at platforming. But I've seen on Twitter like people that got it and have reviewed it. I think the game, the developers or publishers said it should take about 17 hours to beat, and they're like, oh, it took me like 40 because I don't know, they found it really hard or they really wanted to find all the secrets. It's a cool game. Looks amazing, like the cartoon art style is so bright and colourful. But what I also like is that when you go into like areas like the sewer, the lighting there is done really well to give it like an eerie feel or a different feel. Like it's not all kid friendly, like, oh yeah, look how beautiful it is and how bright everything looks. But like some of the darker areas do give off like an eerie feel, and that's down to the lighting, which is really cool. And if you do like collecting things in games, you get like kind of given gold hand over fist all the time in Monster Boy. Like every time you kill an enemy, you usually get a gold coin. But what I always find usually is like in some games like that, like say, I don't know, Shantae, Half Genie Hero, you got given gold, and I felt like there wasn't that much to spend it on. Like you bought like 5 items, which improves your stats, and then that was it. But what I like about this is that like there's like weapons you can buy, armor, shields, boots, amulets, like bracelets. So it's really cool, like going from finding a new shop and being like, okay, what can I buy now? And okay, I want a shield, but I don't have enough for it, so I need to just go and kill a few more enemies until I can save up. And yeah, like I said, it's very generous with the gold, so you always feel like you have enough to get what you want. And if you don't have enough, then it's not too much work to go and actually find some more. So yeah, after about 10 hours, like, I really like the game. It's I've seen a lot of other people saying that it's like Game of the Year material for like indie games, and like, yeah, I can see it being close to my top 10, if not in the top 10. Like, it's definitely not one of my favorite, but it is like a great game to play, and I'm definitely enjoying playing it. And if you like old school platformers that have been like modernized and look great, then yeah, you should definitely check out Monster Boy.